Good day. If you've only got room in the garden, or the budget in your brain, for 5 vegetables this summer, I've narrowed it down for you. These are the 5 that give you the most bang for your gardening buck. Easy to grow, tough as nails in the heat, and ridiculously good on a dinner plate. Let's dig in. Number 1, tomatoes. Of course, tomatoes are first. If summer had an official mascot, it would be a tomato wearing sunglasses. There is genuinely nothing like biting into a homegrown tomato still warm from the sun. The supermarket ones taste like they've been apologizing for existing. Tomatoes love heat, love full sun, and reward you for basically the whole season if you keep picking. And here's the kicker health-wise. Cooking a tomato actually boosts its lycopene content, the antioxidant that gives it that red color and helps protect your cells as you age. So that jar of pasta sauce isn't just dinner, it's basically self-care. If the big beefsteak varieties intimidate you, start with cherry tomatoes. They're nearly impossible to kill, they'll climb a steak happily in a pot, and once the kids discover they can eat them straight off the vine like candy, you will never see a tomato reach the kitchen again. Number 2, zucchini. Zucchini, or courgette if you're feeling fancy, is the vegetable equivalent of that one friend who shows up to every single party uninvited, but somehow you're still glad to see them. Plant one zucchini seedling, just one. You will be Googling 50 things to do with zucchini by February and gifting them to neighbors who no longer answer the door when they see you coming. That absurd productivity is exactly why it earns a spot on this list. One plant, minimal fuss, and it just keeps firing out fruit all summer. Zucchini is low in calories but packed with potassium and vitamin C, and the skin holds a good chunk of the fiber, so don't peel it. Grate it into fritters, slice it onto the barbecue, sneak it into a chocolate cake. Yes, that's a real thing, and yes, it's shockingly good. Number 3, capsicum or bell peppers. Peppers are slow starters. They like it warm and they sulk if you rush them into cold soil, but once the heat kicks in, they take off. And the fun part is watching the colors change. Leave a green capsicum on the plant a few extra weeks and it'll ripen to red, yellow, or orange, getting sweeter the whole time. It's basically a science experiment you get to eat. Red capsicums in particular are loaded with vitamin C, more gram for gram than an orange, plus vitamin A for your eyes and skin. They're crunchy raw, they caramelize beautifully on the grill, and they store well in the fridge, so a productive plant genuinely stretches across weeks of meals, not just one salad. Number 4, cucumbers. Cucumbers are basically summer in vegetable form, cool, hydrating, and happiest when the weather is anything but. They're about 96% water, so on a stinking hot day, eating a cucumber is not far off drinking a glass of it minus the straw. Give them something to climb, a trellis, a fence, an old ladder you've been meaning to throw out, and they'll reward you with vertical growth that saves serious space in a small garden. Beyond the salad bowl, cucumbers pickle beautifully, which means that one enthusiastic plant in January can turn into jars of homemade pickles you're still eating at Christmas. Number 5, beans. And rounding out the list, beans, specifically the climbing kind because they'll give you more food per square foot than almost anything else you can grow. Beans are famously unfussy about soil, they're beginner-proof, and as a bonus, they actually improve the ground they're growing in by fixing nitrogen back into it. So the plant that's feeding you tonight is also quietly feeding your soil for next season. Nutritionally, beans are a genuine powerhouse, high in fiber, a solid plant-based protein source, and rich in B vitamins that support brain and nerve function. And because they're so easy to preserve, whether that's freezing, canning, or just letting a few pods dry out to save as seed, one summer planting can realistically feed you well into winter. So there you have it. Tomatoes, zucchini, capsicum, cucumbers, and beans. 5 plants, minimal drama, maximum harvest. If you plant nothing else in the garden this summer, start with these 5 and you'll eat like a king, or at least like someone who didn't have to fight the supermarket queue for dinner. Let me know in the comments, what's on your must-grow list this summer, and which one of these has burned you before, because I guarantee at least one of you has a zucchini horror story. If this helped, smash that thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you in the garden. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.